Hello, I'm Renee. I live in a school bus that I converted, and I have a van also that I converted to a camper. And I have some thoughts on that actual process and how to go about that. I have some maybe alternative opinions on some things. I had been thinking about recording this video for a bit now because I feel like a lot of times when we first get into this adventure, we don't have it laid out in the right order as far as priority. And I kind of learned that as I went. But so I wanted to share a little bit about that. And then I also yesterday went to an RV show, and I'm actually in the process of looking for a bigger van than what I have right now. I just have a little Ford Transit Connect. I need it to be a little bit bigger because I have two big dogs, and it's just, while it's doable, it's just not comfortable to me. So I am in the market for another van, a bigger van. And then because I have big road trip plans in a few months. So with that said, I went to an RV show yesterday for the first time I walked through the ProMasters, the Transits, the Ram, or what was the other? Okay, I forget some of the names, but they're all, the big, most popular vans. And they're the vans that I see going down the road all the time, and I think, oh, I wish I could do that. And how could I figure out how to do that? And those people are so lucky, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what I found? And this is just my unprofessional opinion. I don't mean any ill will towards those companies, but I have to say I found them to be very low quality when it comes to something that would truly be durable. Why do most people get those? Because you want to go as far out as you can get. You want to go, you're going to do rough roads, not even on roads, things like that. You're going for adventure, so you're going to be hauling gear in and out of it. You may very well have dogs also. It's to take you to destinations and give you opportunity to live alternately, right? That in itself is gonna, I would think that you would want more quality, I guess. I found, it was a lot of particle board, a lot of wasted space for the sake of pretty, and I feel like they are getting away from the whole point and the whole purpose of the van. At least, again, in my opinion, I want a van so that I can go off the beaten path. So when I'm in a national forest, I'm not intimidated by, the roughness of and the unevenness of the roads. I want to be confident that, my home or my adventure mobile is not rattling apart. I don't want to worry about when I fling equipment in there that it's gonna, like, literally some of the cabinet doors, you would have the frame and then the face of it. I literally feel like you could just push it open, break it easy. Some of the bathroom doors, things like that. Yeah, there were some of them that you're like, okay, this would need a road test to see, to decide how I felt about it, whether I thought it was quality or not. But the majority of them, I can confidently say, for me, I didn't think they were quality at all. And they're trying to turn these into, they're trying to take like all the amenities of a Class A RV and cram it in this van. And it's so unrealistic. It literally, it just didn't work for me personally. I thought there was so much unnecessary, and like, why would you put a glass cover? Like, a lot of times on the sinks, you'll see piece of wood on there that fits that, so then you can take that off and use it as a cutting board. Or there was tons of glass, and I'm like that in a lot of different areas, and I just found that to be so unrealistic. I personally would not want that. That just looks like an absolute disaster waiting to happen. So when I was walking through all these vans, I just kept thinking, what would this vehicle look like inside, or what would the quality be like 6 months from now? And I just felt like it would look like shit, actually. And so and broken. And I don't know that for a fact. I've never owned one. I've never tested one. This is just simple old me walking through them and touching, and like the drawers, like you'd pull the drawers out and there would basically be no support in the piece at the bottom. So everybody's had that drawer, or maybe you haven't, but a drawer that just won't stay up, and everything falls out the bottom or gets stuck when you're trying to open and close the drawer. Anyway, disaster. So with that said, and insanely expensive. So expensive. Some of them were just shy of $200,000. And it just did there. I personally would not offer that kind of hard-earned money for that low of quality. And then that lends itself. I used to, I in my process right now, looking into my third vehicle to convert, I'm definitely have been considering paying somebody to do it. And then I look at that and I think, oh, that's pretty expensive too. But then after walking through those yesterday, and I can compare those two, go buy that or pay somebody to turn, this exponentially makes more sense to me. To pay a professional conversion company to do the work for you for several reasons. One, the quality of what you're going to get, the real wood and just workmanship instead of a mass production from a factory. That what you're going to get is so much higher quality. Then it's so much more customizable. Is that the word? You work with that company to meet your specific needs. So it's completely off the table for me at this point to just go buy a cookie cutter, low quality build from a dealership or something like that. So if I don't do my next build myself, I definitely will pay somebody, a reputable van conversion company. To me, it definitely would be worth it. If I can pull that off, I might do that financially. But okay, with that said, if you haven't started your build and you're just learning and researching and researching and researching, that's my first tip. If you haven't done a lot of research, you might want to just take a little bit more time and continue to do that. Dig in deeper, watch all the videos you possibly can, and then get really, really real with yourself. And so I years and years and years ago, I started following Keep Your Daydream, and I still to this day, I think some of the best advice they've ever offered their followers, and they're massive, but that said, the vehicle is to get you to do the adventure. The vehicle is not the experience. So for me, that spoke to me a lot. What I'm in is not why I'm doing what I do. It's not, I need it to be functional is the number one thing when I set a goal of how I'm gonna build, is that I need it to be functional. So what do I need it to do? I am simple. I am not complicated when it comes to stuff. My plumbing is so simple. My bathroom opportunities are very simple. For me personally, I want things very, very simple for two reasons. I can do that. I can make that happen. And I don't want, the less I have to worry about fixing later, or the less I have that's going to break or need repair or fail, the better I like it, the more confidence I have. So for me, I don't need all the very best expensive gadgets and things. I don't need all the things, because I want, right now, the reason I'm going for my third build is because so obviously you can see I'm in the bus. I live in it, love it. I don't ever want to get rid of it if I don't have to, or if it doesn't, unless it just makes complete sense to let it go into somebody else's adventurous hands. I did the van, and I did this little transit Ford Transit Connect, because it was tiny and I wanted to pull it behind my bus. My bus is 36 foot and dog nose, and I wanted to pull it, and I was nervous about that, so I wanted it to be really, really small. And I thought, what ideal, the contrast of just being on, and I love driving that thing. It is so fun. And when I have to get rid of it, I'm going to be really I'm going to miss that. A lot of things about that little van, but it's just too little for me, because I'm not a tiny woman. I'm a 57-year-old woman, and I have 2 huge dogs, and it's just not, I can do it. I'm just not that comfortable. So I want something bigger that is more comfortable. And so I'm looking at, what do I need it to do? I need to be able to sleep in it. I need to be able to cook a meal in it. I need it to be mechanically sound. I need to be able to, hopefully, I don't know, we'll see. Right now I'm considering going as stealth as possible. So, I don't think I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to do a massive solar array. I have a Jackery, and I might get even at one more, like it's 1,000, and I'm thinking about getting a 200, or is it 250? It's just a smaller one, just for, I think that's going to be plenty with, so you can charge those with solar, plug them in a regular AC outlet or the car charger if you're really desperate, because that doesn't charge it very fast. But anyway, for me, simple, because I have I'm gonna start a road trip in June that is probably gonna run June through December at least, and I'll just see how it's going. If it's going really, really well, then that I will probably extend that. And so the vehicle is just to get me to the places that I want to go during this road trip. I need a place to, go potty if I need to. I need to, if I can't find somewhere else to go potty, and then I need to be able to cook meals, and I need to be able to sleep, and it needs to carry all my gear, my fishing pole, my hiking equipment. So what I'm saying is, what do you want to do with it? What do you need the vehicle to do for you? How do you need it to serve you? And start from there. And it doesn't have to be the fanciest. It just has to be functional. Now, if you have the money, if you have the time, you have the resources, you have the people to help you, and you want the big, better and more improved and fancier and more, all the bells and whistles, do it. They're fun. I like to see them. I like to see, I watch YouTube videos. I follow accounts on Instagram of all the fancy conversions and things like that. It's fun to see. But you don't have to have all of that to be successful and have an enjoyable van life adventure. You just need to know what you want to do with it and make sure it will meet your needs, and then do it. Do whatever you have to do to create that, and then anything extra is just icing on the cake. But don't not, if your heart's desire is to get in a van and go experience that life for a while, then simplify it, clarify it, and then go do it. So don't make it as complicated as it can be, and overwhelming as it can be. So with that said, that's the end of this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.